Hello everyone, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a layout for Scrap Madness Video a Day with Laura Alberts and Miranda Weber. Also a layout for the Bella Boulevard creative team, and I'm using the Wish Big collection, and I'm going to go through quickly and show you some of the products that I will be using. I'm going to be featuring the new cut files that Bella Boulevard now has in the Silhouette Design store. I'll make sure to leave it linked down below so that you guys can check it out. And the file that I'm using is called Wish Big. And here is the file. I cut it out 3 times, and I cut it out first on this blue pattern paper from the collection, and then I cut it out again on some white American Crafts cardstock, and actually cut it out 2 more times on the white cardstock. What I did was I made the cut file the size that I wanted, cut it out on the blue pattern paper. Then I went back into the studio software and created an offset, and I cut out the offset, which gave me the offset there, and then the Wish Big in just the white cut file, which I'll save for something else. Then I went back into the Silhouette Studio and released the compound path and deleted the little pieces inside the cut file that I did not want cut, so that I could get an image that I could adhere all these pieces to. So you'll see me, it's that 3rd piece that's laying there on the cardstock. That is the last cut that I did. That way I could adhere these pieces on top of that one, and it would give the cut file a little bit more dimension. So I'll go and then place this one inside there, and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. I was gonna put this other piece in there as well, and then the blue on top, but I ended up taking the white piece off. I'll save that for another project and glue down the blue one. I love how it looks in the end. And I could have just used the blue piece that said the Wish Big, but I always like a white outline around my files. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I like to back the files with the pattern paper and have them cut most of the time with white cardstock. So that's the kind of the look that I was going for. So that's why I created the offset, so that I could get like a white shadow in the back. So I'm just going to adhere this down, and then I will get started on my layout. I was going to try and use a pattern paper background for this. I was going to use this gray, and then I thought maybe I'd use the aqua, but then I decided I will just create some color on my white piece of American Crafts cardstock. So that's what I'm going to go with, is a white background, and then add some color myself with some stuff from my stash. Like I said, this layout is for the Bella Boulevard creative team, but I'm also joining in as a guest designer for Scrap Madness with Laura Alberts and Miranda Weber. I'll leave the information linked down below. They are doing a layout a day this month, and they have guest designers each day, somebody different, and I am the guest designer for today. Right here, I'm just showing you some inks that I pulled in from Catherine Pooler, and then I was just showing you the papers, some of the papers from the collection. They they actually match very, very well with the ink colors from Catherine Pooler. So I pulled out Suede Shoes, Tiki Torch, Lime Rickey, Tiara, and Mardi Gras, and then the papers that I showed to kind of compare with the inks on camera here were Lime Rickey and Tiki Torch. They're just a great match, and the colors are like perfect match with this collection. I mean, I think they were just made to go together. So I didn't add any gesso or anything, prep my paper. It's just plain white cardstock from American Crafts. I'm using an acrylic block to add the ink pad down, and some water and a paintbrush, and adding splatters. After I add the splatter, I'll go in with a clear block and kind of press it down. It kind of smudges the color just a little bit, and I do that not with all the colors, but with some of them. And then just going through each color and adding some splatters. It just looks like a fun confetti background. So I'll go through all the colors and add in splatters. If you let the color dry on its own, it is a little bit more vibrant. But if you want a little bit of dimension in the color and some different shades, I'll go in with my napkin and blot some of it up, and it dries a little bit lighter. Like I said, if you let it dry on its own, then it's a little bit more vibrant. I love using these inks for this technique. I'll make sure that I leave them linked down below for you guys if you're interested. If you have this collection in your stash, these colors are a perfect match. So right here, I'm going in with just a little bit of the Mardi Gras Adding some water and some splatters. I love how it came out in the end, and it's just an explosion of confetti color in the background behind the cut file, so it's not just plain white cardstock. This layout came together pretty quickly. Once I start pulling out my die cuts and laying everything down, it went by really, really fast. So cut files are new to Bella Boulevard, and they will be adding some more to the shop. Right now, I believe there is the Wish Big collection and then one other one. Great cut files, super cute. There's a flamingo one in there that I cannot wait to use. There's some great sayings and all kinds of fun stuff down in the shop. So I will make sure to leave the Silhouette Design Studio linked down below so that you guys can check out all the Bella Boulevard cut files. Make sure if you do use them and you are on social media that you tag Bella Boulevard so that we can see what you're making. And I know the social media director likes to share creations made with these products. So my photo is of our youngest, Liam J, on his birthday, and if you've seen previous videos of mine, he was not a happy camper on his first birthday. He was crabby and tired and slept most of his party, and when he woke up, he was a bear. So here he is with his cupcake and his candle that we were hoping he would try to blow out or be excited about, and he was not excited one bit. So his big brothers came in and blew out his candle for him and made his wish for him. So that is the photo that I'm documenting, and I thought the Wish Big cut file was perfect for the photo. I got some great photos this day, and I can't wait to show him later on like how grumpy and mad he was. He's just got such great faces in all of the photos. I think I maybe got one or two smiles, but most of them are just like anger and disgust and tired and grouchy and take me home. This is ridiculous. Why are all these people looking at me? They're so cute. And the lighting in that space that we had as party was like perfect. All the colors are nice, or all the photos are nice and bright and clear, and I love that. So I'm pulling out some of the ephemera pieces from the Wish Big collection. I have 2 packs here of ephemera die cuts, and I'm going to pull some out. I'm kind of trying to decide where I want to place my photo. I end up tucking it in here at the bottom of the cut file. And then I'm going to go through and kind of pull out some die cuts and place them on the layout where I kind of want them to go, and these just kind of fell into place. And I do change up some of them, but most of them stay pretty much where I set them to begin with. So there are these cupcakes here, and I end up pulling out 3 of the cupcakes and kind of sticking them on top of the cut files, kind of tucked in behind the word. There is this really cute little dinosaur with the balloon. And then I add some circles there to the top so I can have a cluster at the top of the page. And then I also do another cluster at the bottom right of the page. So there is another cupcake there. And I'm just going through and kind of placing. I wanted to put something there in that center heart, but the heart shapes of the ephemera didn't really match the cut file. And that could be because in the Silhouette Studio, I stretched out the cut file and made it longer and taller to kind of fit my page. So I never do end up putting anything in there. I just kind of leave the heart the way it is. See, I keep trying to find something to put in there and nothing. I probably could have put like a little word saying or something in there, but nothing was really making me very happy in there. So I just left it blank or open like that. So down below, I will leave links to Laura and Miranda's YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys check it out. Like I said, they're going to have a video every day this month, which is awesome because that is a lot of work, I know. So it's awesome that they're doing that every day and that they have a guest designer every day joining them in sharing projects and inspiration. So I'll leave those linked down below for you guys. Make sure you check them out. If you're not a subscriber, that would be awesome if you guys could subscribe to their channels as well. So I'm going to start to stick some things down here with my Tombow adhesive. And then I also use some foam tape on some of the embellishments just to give them some added dimension and just have them popped up just a little bit. I did do a few layers behind my photo, and I just used scraps from the Wish Big collection that I had left over from a previous layout. I like to save all my little bits and scraps. They're great for adding layers behind photos. I also use them to die cut shapes out of or to use on cards. So keep your scraps, and I'm sure many of you do. Once they get too small, like strips, most of the time I'll get rid of them, or if I can use them on a card, I'll use them on a card or a tag or something like that, or punch out small shapes and kind of just set them on a dish on my desk. If this Wish Big collection is still available in stores, I will leave it linked down below for you guys so you can check it out. This is a great boy collection. The colors are fun, primary colors. And then I'm going to pull out my epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studio. I know that there are a couple that will go with this collection. I end up pulling off this one that says Smile, and it's in that green color, like the pickle juice green from Bella Boulevard. So I'm going to add that up there just by the green cupcake there at the top above the cut file. I like to keep my epoxy flare on a ring, and I do this with my Bella Boulevard embellishments as well. It's just easy. I have them kind of hanging off my IKEA cart. I have hooks hanging off my cart, and then I keep the embellishments hung right there, the ones that I reach for the most. So I have my epoxy flare, I have my sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps, and then some smaller embellishments from Bella Boulevard. They all hang there on my Rascog. And it's just easy to kind of flip through them on the ring and then grab them. Kind of saves time. I used to keep them in like a crate or a box in my desk, and I would forget about them. So this system just works a lot easier for me. So I'm going to work on this cluster up here with the circles and get these all stuck down. I have the circles up there, and then I'm going to go and find a saying from the die cut pack, and it says happy birthday, and I'm going to add foam tape behind that and adhere that down. I'll trim off the excess here with my little scissors as well. I got my epoxy adhered down, and there are my Bella embellishments on that ring that I was talking about. See, it's just so easy to kind of flip through them, see what I have, and then whichever one I want to use, I just pull it off and it's good to go. So I pull off these puffy stars in blueberry, and I'm going to add sprinkle a few of them on my page, and then I also go and add some in pickle juice. The epoxy flare that I added, if you do have any of these or you do go and purchase some of them, make sure that you use like a tape runner or some sticky tape or a glue dot or a pop dot or foam behind the adhesive. Do not use liquid glue. She does hand make these, and if you use a wet glue, it'll kind of seep into the paper and make the image kind of smear. She uses that high quality photo paper, so it's best to use a tape runner or a glue dot with those. Last thing I'm going to do is add my journaling, and I do that with my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, and I'm going to cut the strips and then add them down to my page with my Tombow glue. And that'll finish off my layout. I'll leave some still shots at the end for you guys and everything linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.